Hi, I'm Caroline, and I'm an avid user and fan, I say hesitantly, of Pinterest as a really good resource for styling tips and outfit inspiration. However, just like me, Pinterest contains multitudes, and while I do think it could be a source for a lot of good, I also think it can be a source for great evil. It's been a lot of trial and error, but I like to think I have some tips and tricks that can help any of you out there who are maybe feeling like Pinterest is more of a source of evil in your life and you're wanting to be able to use it for genuine outfit inspiration, but at this moment you feel like it's more AI slop and or looks that you do like, but you don't have any of the clothes in them, so how does this apply to your wardrobe? Or maybe you are seeing a lot of stuff that could in theory work, but now you're overwhelmed and you have choice paralysis. Deep breath. I am here. And I'm making this video. So let's get into it. Alright, so for my first outfit, I'm going to be drawing inspiration from two photos that, as you can see, have a lot in common. Mainly the pink nighty slip pairing with a graphic tee. As soon as I saw those photos, I immediately thought of this pink slip dress I have that is a really good kind of base and jumping off point for creating this look. I pulled out a couple of tops that I think would work really well with this dress. Do I want to do a tighter, more kind of baby tee with this? And also, would it even work? I don't like when there's any weird texture if I'm layering a top over an item, kind of like poking through, so I might end up going with an oversized. Actually don't hate this with it. It in theory works, but I don't know if I love the cut of this top with the dress. I almost wish it was either a little bit higher or a little bit longer. Swapped out for vintage oversized Fleetwood Mac tee, and I'm definitely vibing with these two silhouettes together more. I really love cuffing the arm of my t-shirts. I want to see if that would work with this. Okay, clothing portion of the outfit is done. Moving on to the next factor that both of these outfits had in common, which was some sort of a chunky sock with a loafer. I really liked how in one of the photos it was a pink sock to go with the pink slip dress. I love a really matchy-matchy moment, so I want to lean into that. I got together a few different shoe options for this. Only one is a brown loafer like the photo, but this is one of my little tips for you, which is that obviously things don't have to be so accurate, and I think remaining truthful to your style and being able to create an outfit based off inspiration like this is knowing the elements of the outfit that you like and do fit into your style and the elements that maybe don't so much and you wouldn't pair these pieces together, and to kind of adjust accordingly. I don't think that this looks bad by any means, it just doesn't feel like something that I would actually wear. Zebra loafers are fun, and they're still loafer adjacent, just with a little bit more of a funky twist, and they have heel on it, which I love with all my shoes. Thought I could possibly be doing something with the red ballet flats, but I don't like these with the socks. Saved my clogs for last, because transparently I kind of knew these would most likely be what I would go with. Yeah, they're so me. Always have to have my sunglasses. These vintage Ray-Bans have been a go-to of mine lately. I actually kept it pretty simple for the rest of the accessories. I did throw on the straw purse because I liked the brown tones in this tying in with the clogs and the colors in the shirt. And then for jewelry, I just threw on some bangles and my little hoop earrings and no necklace stack. You know me, I kind of always have my insane and very heavy statement necklace stack on, but for this, especially because I decided my hair down, I quite like with this look, I didn't feel like the stack was necessary. Give my hair one last little zhuzh, and I think that that is going to be it for this first Pinterest-inspired look. Along with outfit inspiration, I also get a lot of ideas for makeup looks from Pinterest. Pulling out my makeup bag, and all of the products in here are from the sponsor of this video, Merit. If you know anything about me, then you know my love for a good period piece based in 1800s England, think Jane Austen, and while I do have a soft spot in my heart for the fashion in that media, I also really love the makeup. It's usually pretty fresh, dewy skin with an emphasis on blush. To start off, I already have my SPF on, and then I'm now going in with the Uniform Tinted Mineral. There's also SPF in this from Merit. I really like to just use my fingers for a lot of my makeup. It's what I find easiest, most convenient, and the less products I can use or like tools for my makeup, the better. Before you comment on the fact that my bangs are down right now, I do not usually pin them back when I do my makeup because honestly, I don't really feel the need to get a lot of makeup going on under here if I am just gonna have my bangs down. I'll maybe do a little bit. I don't usually set my face makeup with a lot of powder just because my skin leans towards more acne prone and dry, and I'd rather not set it and have it look oily, which I like to rebrand as dewy, versus really matte and the risk of having any sort of flakes on my face. And also, you know that feeling when you have face makeup on and I feel like it's all I can focus on is the makeup and it's so uncomfortable and heavy. I just want to like claw it off. This helps me avoid that. These are Flush Bombs. They are magical and they're actually how I first discovered Merit a couple of years ago. I've got a lot of cheek surface area to work with, so I go in for a couple of minutes with this stuff. Taking this highlighting balm in Bounce. I'm gonna do the tops of my cheeks. And maybe that's it. Actually, I lied. I'm also gonna do under the brow. I did mention earlier that I do have sensitive and super acne prone skin, and so using products that are formulated to be non-comedogenic are really important to me, and thankfully Merit does that. It is safe for any of you out there who, like me, man, my pores just love to clog up with products, but thankfully I don't have to worry about that with this stuff. It's also vegan and cruelty free, which is a non-negotiable for the products that I use. Time for the final finishing touch, which also happens to be another one of my favorite parts of any makeup look, which is the lips. I love me a good pinky mauve lip, which you've maybe picked up on if you've watched literally any video of mine. I'm gonna go in with some liner first and then finish off with this Merit Tinted Lip Oil. If you're interested in checking out any of the products I used throughout this video and for this makeup look, you can head to the description box. I have some smaller discounted sets and bundles of these products available exclusively through that link. So if you want it, you gotta check it out down there. You can get yourself not just some makeup goodies, but also this signature makeup bag is included the first time you purchase anything from Merit. Thank you so much, and shout out to Merit for partnering up with me on this video and making this gorgeous makeup look possible. Next outfit is based off of a picture that I have been completely obsessed with and honestly fixated on ever since I first saw it on Pinterest about a year ago. One of just the many reasons I love this, like, it's just a good outfit, but I actually have a jacket, as you can see, that looks quite similar to the one that she's wearing. I threw on this, it's a rust kind of burnt orange slip dress versus hers, which is red, but they give a similar vibe. I only thrifted this recently and it was the first time I felt like I had a piece that I could pair with this jacket and kind of accurately recreate this specific photo that I have been so clearly consumed by. Before I put this jacket on, I do think I'm actually going to flip this dress around and wear it backwards because it has a pretty similar cut in the front and the back, but on the front there's this kind of floral applique that I think is just going to be a little bit too busy with this jacket, and you won't even notice that this is backwards because the jacket will be covering it. It'll all work. Can't even really tell the difference. I feel like nobody would suspect this dress is backwards styled like this. Oh my god. I am so obsessed. It's like my dream for so long has finally manifested into my reality. Oh my god, my powers. For shoes, she has some little red ballet flats to match with her red dress, which I, again, love a matchy-matchy moment. However, I don't have flats that are in a rusty orange colored, and I honestly think that I would like one of my brown leather boots with this instead. Could do a lace-up moment, continue with the brown leather, or these are insane, I know. I'm leaning towards these, especially because they do have orangey red tones in the brown that kind of pair nicely with the tone of this dress. Necklace stack, so crucial for this outfit. I mean, it really makes the outfit for me and just so perfectly ties everything together. Grabbed that same pair of Ray-Bans and my bangles that you can't even really see, but you can hear them. And for the hair, I do like it down, but I also think I could be into two little braids. Yeah, this is it. It's such a me outfit, just in every aspect, but I also feel like it is something that you can clearly tell if you put these photos side by side that I got a bit of inspiration from this, but it is that way of reinterpreting something to be a little more me. I'm really inspired by the way that color is being played with in this next outfit, as well as I'm into all of the silhouettes going on. This is actually a photo of one of my mutuals, Keely. Her style is incredible. She's like perpetually lives on my Pinterest board. If you don't follow her, you definitely should. I have in my hand a belt that matches with some boots because that was the first thing I really noticed in her outfit was that matching maroon belt boot combo going on. Obviously, mine have to be adjusted accordingly because I don't have any maroon belts to go with the pair of maroon boots I do have, but this I figured was another good option. I threw on this tighter, form-fitting knit maxi skirt that I think will pair really nicely with these items. Okay, yeah. I am really liking the direction we're heading with this so far. For the top, I have two different lanes that I could go down that I think are both fun and cool and play around with color in the way that I was really wanting to in this outfit. I'm just working with a different palette than Keely is. Lean in to some contrasting colors. I love how this complements both the blue of the skirt as well as the brown, but it could be fun to kind of do an all blue moment. Orange top option, and I really like this. I love a sleeveless turtleneck. It's really gonna get me every time. These colors look so insanely good together. I will say though, this top, it's a little bit bigger and I think it keeps kind of covering the belt. I would need to find a way to tuck it in because I gotta show that belt off. It's kind of the whole outfit. The blue option, it's really good too. With my hair up too, I gotta get my jewelry going on, the sunglasses. I don't want to be lazy, but I'm almost leaning more towards this top just because it's what I have on. Is occasionally being lazy really such a bad thing though? Come on. Most of the time when I'm recreating an outfit, I am just trying to draw inspiration from it. However, there are those few times when I come across an outfit that I almost bar for bar have in my wardrobe where it's almost just like too funny not to wear it. The latter is very much what's happening with this next look, which is actually another mutual of mine, Drone Me, who happens to be one of my biggest style inspirations. I've talked about her, I feel like I've had to, on this channel before. She is the coolest. If you don't know about her for whatever reason, please get yourself familiar. One of the reasons that I do really like following her is because we have some overlap with our style and owning like very similar, if not the same pieces. Cream overalls, banana canvas boots, little white Edwardian corset cover. Gonna go in and do a little scarf belt with my overalls, which I've actually never styled any kind of belt with my overalls and not a scarf one. So this is very exciting, something new. Added some bracelets and hair up just so we can really get that replicated look effect going. This isn't gonna be my final look though. I just wanted to I had to do it. It was just sitting right there. I will say though, I do think this looks a lot better on Drone Me. I know, shocker, the originator. It's her style that I'm copying, obviously. Her authenticity is going to suit her better than me, which is why I want to go in and Caroline-ify this, I guess. Shoes are gonna have to change, because although I do love these, I'm craving something with a heel. Very light pastel-y yellow, almost cream, that just matches some of the paint splatters, but I'm wondering if I will be wanting something that has a bit more of a contrast. Maroon could seem fun, and it'll tie in with the scarf belt, which I am keeping because I do really like this little fun styling detail. I might get really into wearing scarf belts with all my overalls now. Hair went up. It just had to with this outfit. John, she had the right idea with that. I did take my necklace stack off because it just felt like a little too much going on. Same sunglasses and bag that I guess I'm going through a phase right now where I'm just wanting to pair them with every outfit. And then I cuffed the bottom of my overalls a couple of times because I really like doing that when I have a boot on to show off a bit more of the boot situation. And there we have it, another look completed. Taking it to a place that's a bit more casual for this next look that is based off of two photos. I really like the idea of having an outfit that involves a denim with a delicate. That kind of juxtaposition is pleasing to me. However, they're both wearing kind of neutral colored Bermudas where I don't have something like that, but I do have these dark denim longer shorts that I think could work really nicely. Pretty white cotton blouses are kind of my bread and butter, and I pulled out these, which this is a more summery option. It's a lot more lightweight. However, I'm not recreating outfits for summer in this video. They're just outfits I like, and this one definitely aligns more with what was happening in both those photos. Okay, that's pretty. That's creating the contrast as well that I was going for. Good styling idea as well for any of you who like me are into. This is an antique Edwardian era blouse, but you feel like they may be a difficult thing to style for day-to-day wear. Throwing them on with some denim for me is like always kind of foolproof. The shoes, I actually got some pretty accurate options. One of the photos has a pair of black harness boots. These are brown, but they could work, although I don't usually like the cut of these on my legs with shorts. Brown harness boot option. black cowgirl boot option. Both I'm not really obsessed with. I like the harness boot more, but I'm like feeling my arm reach over towards my taller heeled leather brown boots. But was I wrong? Don't answer that. In one of the photos, it looks like there is a ribbon choker situation happening, which don't tempt me. Alright, put the hair up, which felt necessary with the choker, and then I opened up one more button on this blouse to make it a little bit sluttier, and it's a yes. Then paired with the sunglasses and the straw bag, definitely yes. As much as I did already profess my love for a delicate with a denim, I can't say I would have put these two items together if it wasn't for seeing those photos on Pinterest and making this video, but I'm happy that I did. Feel very cool and cute. And I also like that it feels like a good styling tip for anybody who has items similar to this one that I'm wearing, a literal 100-year-old antique blouse, and wearing it in a way that feels a little more current and fresh, I guess, modern, wearable. All of the above. Made it to the final look I'm going to be recreating for this video, which is another outfit that's been circulating my Pinterest for a while, and it also involves another mutual of mine, Jess. Her username is Mind Garden Vintage, and she actually sells vintage, but beyond her amazing vintage curation, the way that she styles things, it just blows my mind every time. Cowgirl boots for this, and these sick ones with like persimmon red tip. It's a must. Classic combo of the boots with any kind of vintage slip dress. Ooh, it does pleasing things to my brain. Honestly, this look on a really hot day, could get into that. Speaking of things that are hot, both figuratively and literally, my good old biker jacket that always looks just delicious with a pretty little dress. Ooh, and with the boots too. I am noisy. That's what I am. I am just no way to be subtle in this. For the bag, I do have my own basket. Actually, a couple of basket bags, but I don't feel like with my version of this outfit, it's working quite as well. Jess made the styling choice, which I very often do and support, which is to match her purse with her boots. There's a tan color in the basket that goes super well with the boots that she's wearing. However, I don't really have any boots that, at least for the direction I'm headed in with this, are gonna work as well and with this basket. So I actually think something like this would be more my vibe. Got some red with the patches on this bag too that go well with the boots. When in doubt, I'm putting my hair in two little braids. I also, actually shocking turn of events, have a different pair of sunglasses for this outfit that I think is gonna be it. Wait, it would be kind of fun if I try to pose like she is in the photo. That is actually, I can't believe it took me to the last outfit to even bring this up. It's a very under-discussed element, kind of in factor to social media, especially when it comes to outfits, and that is how different an outfit can appear in person versus in a photo where you're posing versus in a video. It is really wild though, how, I mean, I know you can't trust anything you see online, but sometimes I will have an outfit that I think looks amazing in person and then I'll try and film it and it looks insane, or vice versa. Like I'll photograph something for Instagram and it looks so good, but in person it's like, what is even going on here? Everything's a lie. Don't trust anybody, including me. I'm kidding. Always trust what I say as absolute truth. That is going to be it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I mean, I obviously had fun. That was an excuse to play dress up for the past 6 hours, so how could I not have a good time? My Pinterest username is thatgingerprincess, the same on my TikTok, if you're interested in following me and seeing outfits similar to the ones in this video, in that vibe and style. And all of my incredibly noisy clothes. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.